Hey everybody, it's B Diz, the rock star, part of Super Obvious.
And Luna Mist.
And in this video, we're talking about Dexter, more specifically, Brian, who is Dexter's brother. Let's go.
Preparation is vital.
You've made a lot of people very miserable.
No detail can be overlooked.
I should have fucking killed you when I had the chance.
I own you.
Alright, so in this video, we're talking about Brian, who is Dexter's brother. We're gonna go right to you, Luna Mist.
So I was thinking the other day, and my thought was, what if Brian didn't die
Is that what this is about?
Are you serious?
in the TV show? What if he stayed alive longer? Because when I was reading the first book, at the end of the first book, he gets away. Like he's gone. He gets away. And then I'm only in the third book, so I don't know if eventually he comes back or not, but they have that potential there. Whereas in the show, Dex kills Brian. So
Damn.
There's no coming back from that.
You're
Not
dead.
really.
You're dead.
You're dead. And so I was just wondering what could possibly, like, what kind of storylines could they have done to bring him back? Like, if Dexter didn't kill him, if he let him get away.
I definitely think that Brian, being Dexter's brother, is a character that's so big, and it's stuff that he's done. Spoilers, he's the ice truck killer, and he basically kind of wedged his way into Dexter's life when he was kicked out of it because of all the reasons that we saw more in detail in Original Sin. He was bounced around from house to house. Nobody wanted him because they knew something was wrong with him.
Yeah.
And once Brian was old enough, he came back into Dexter's life, started dating his adopted sister, Deborah, and I pretty much feel like he had intentions to kill her.
Oh, yeah. Because he wanted Dexter to choose him over Deb. He wanted him to choose blood over family he grew up with, basically. And we get to see it in Original Sin more, but we see it a little bit in regular Dexter.
The original show.
That he has a weird obsession with Dexter. Like, really weird obsession with Dexter. Like, yeah, you're bros, but maybe bonded through trauma, but on his side only, since Dexter kind of forgot the trauma of his past until Brian had to go poking around up there.
In Brian's mind, it's like, it doesn't matter who's in your life. We're brothers. We should be together. And Brian will kind of take care of anybody that's in Dexter's life. So Brian and Dexter could be together. It's pretty freaking weird, man.
Yeah, like I love my bros, but not like that. That's a little extra.
One thing that I actually just now thought about is, could you have seen Brian doing what the Trinity Killer did to Rita? What if the Trinity Killer wasn't around and Brian was like, hey, you have this wife and these kids and this perfect family, and I still have nobody. Maybe I need to take care of Rita. And after I pretend to come out of nowhere to like give you support and comfort of your loss, now we should be together because you don't have a wife anymore. You should be with your brother.
You're talking about like if he didn't actually like try and kill Deb.
Yeah.
That storyline was gone all the way.
Like going to like, he'll take out anyone that's in Dexter's life that's in the way of Dexter and Brian being together.
But you still would have Deb in the way. Even if he took out Rita, Deb is still there. And that's the closest thing Dexter has to real family. And that's what Brian wants. He wants the real family. He wants his bro by his side. I mean, we saw in Original Sin, he tried to kill Deb from the get-go. From her being an infant.
Oh yeah, that's why Harry kicked his ass. Like, you
that's
got
why he
to,
kick to the curb.
you got to go.
Hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of wonder if, like, if Dexter didn't kill Brian, if Brian would have just, like, hung back for a while, waited till the heat died down, so to speak, and then he somehow just creeps into Dexter's life, or secretly kills Deb, leaving Dexter completely alone. And then he's like, yo, bro, I'm here for you. I'm sorry about Deb.
That fake sympathy.
You know, like, killed her in a way Dexter wouldn't know it was him. And
at first.
Slid right in there to be his best bro and, like, be there for him. I kind of wonder.
Oh, God.
It would have been a weird story.
We've had talks about it before. It's like, when you do all that stuff, once Dexter finds out what you've done, like, if you don't know, you're going to find out what the hell Dexter does to people.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what he does to you, it's going to be debatably worse than probably what he's ever done to anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And it just, again, with Brian, in his head, it's like, in his mind, there's no way, no matter what he does, him and Dexter will be together.
Yeah.
Like, in his mind, even if Dexter knows everything that Brian's done, Brian would still think that me and Dexter were going to be together. We're good.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the way it works.
Yeah. I feel like one way or another, Dexter was going to kill Brian anyways. 'Cause especially if he found out Brian kills Deb.
Oh, he's so dead.
He's so dead.
He's super
Dexter's
dead.
going to take him out. Plus, Dexter's got his code. And eventually, the novelty of having a bro would wear off. And he'd be, like, realizing, okay, this dude's a really bad dude. He's just killing people to kill people. And I feel like no matter what, Dexter would have to kill him.
Yeah, like, since they're like the kind of people they both are, both of them can't coexist. They both can't be alive.
No, definitely not. Still really sad what happened to Brian, though. Like, just growing up, it makes you wonder if he had gotten some kind of mental help as a child to deal with his trauma. Would he have become a serial killer himself?
If he had the kind of help soon enough, when you're in that growing stage to where it's like, we said it before, it's like when he maybe tried to get enough help, it was already too late. He's already molded into the kind of person he's going to probably be forever.
Yeah.
They had to catch those signs and really try to help him when it was like a crucial point.
Mm-hmm.
And once you miss it, it's too late, man. Like,
Yeah.
you could probably give him the best help in the world, and at this point he probably knows how to manipulate and lie and pretend that he's being fixed.
Right.
And then as soon as he's released, he's gonna go right back to how he was.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just too late. I mean, they did try and hint at him having tendencies when he was younger in Original Sin. So, like, you already know he's going to kind of sort of maybe become a serial killer. But it still makes you wonder. After, like, just that traumatic event being the catalyst to his existence, I don't know.
So whenever Brian shows up, he shows up and dies pretty early in the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
And back to your point, if he was alive this whole time, I feel like his character impact would have had an influence so much. He could have changed the way a lot of the show went.
I do feel like they kind of killed him off too quickly.
Way early,
As far
way too early.
I would have liked to see them play around with his relationship with Dexter more. Like, once Dexter figured out who he was, you know, seeing him interacting with his brother, given all the circumstances, how that would have played out. That would have been really interesting.
They could have did something where, like we said earlier, Brian wedges his way into Dexter's life, and he tries to take out people so they're not in the way, so him and Dexter could be together, which still sounds weird, however you word it. But once we get to a point where Dexter starts putting the pieces to the puzzle together, and he realizes who Brian is, like what he's been doing to people, then that's when they can really have like their face off, like their cat and mouse game, like how Dexter and Trinity did. Once they both knew who each other were, it was like a cat and mouse game. Like
we got to see that a couple of episodes, like play out over a couple of episodes. When Dexter found out who Brian really was, it was like within 30 minutes he was dead.
Oh wow, okay.
It was that quick. It didn't go over a couple of episodes. It was like, oh crap, I know who this guy is. I hope Deb's not with him. She should still be at work. Oh, she's not at work? Crap, he's got Deb.
Yeah.
I need to go get her, because like it kept snowballing until Dexter was like, okay, do I kill Deb or do I kill him? And then he doesn't kill Deb. Brian gets away for a second, but then he comes back to get Deb, which ended up being a whole setup from Dexter to Brian, and then Dexter kills him.
But yeah, if Brian was alive longer, I feel like since they're brothers and they're not the same, but they're both in their own ways, like I don't even know what you want to call it, like messed up, or how they view things. If that back and forth went for a longer period of time, that would have been kind of cool to see, like on the screen, like everything you said, everything I said, but say it went for a longer time, and like the intensity and it just gets more and more stressful, more and more intense.
Yeah,
that could have been cool, because that's what a lot of shows are. Like they can have one little story plot point and keep building it for a while. And with this kind of show, that could have been pretty cool if they tried it or did it.
Would have been interesting. Still cool the way everything happened. It was just a random thought I had, a what if thought.
Brian was a really big character, and again on screen that would have been cool to see for a longer term, like Brian kind of like fucking with Dexter, and maybe even if he doesn't kill certain people, like hinting that he could, which would kind of have like a mental up on Dexter. Yeah, that kind of thing, because there's a lot of manipulation and mind games, like what Trinity was doing to Dexter. What a lot of these people that Dexter took out did, a lot of them played mind games. Like they were like, oh, I could have did this, but I didn't. But that kind of just gave Dexter like the upper hand to like, you know, whenever I get you, you're not going anywhere except in the fucking ocean after I chop you into pieces and I dump you. Like, yeah.
I did think it was clever how he killed Brian in the same manner that Brian was killing all those women, strapping him to that table, hanging him upside down. But he staged it to make it look like a suicide, so that it would be like the end to the ice truck killer, and I felt like they did really good.
Alright guys, Beat is the Rockstar part of Super Obvious.
And Luna Mist.
And we are done talking about this Dexter video about Brian. There are more videos on the way on Dexter. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Subscribe to the channel.